Hey team, hope everybody's having a great day. Aussie, Swiss, let's get right into it. Starting on the monthly, as usual, we identified area of horizontal buy and sell sensitivity. So here is our monthly upper, mid, and lower monthly zones. Now it's time to talk about flow. The first thing that stands out to me on the monthly is that price is now trading below this monthly lower zone. And as you can see in history, price has had a hard time doing so. This means that sellers had strong control, making a strong push to the downside. We see an exhaustion because after a push to the downside, we always have an exhaustion to what? That's right, the upside, where then we see continuational push down. But we do see buy pressure entering the market. There definitely is vested interest. Remember, we spoke about this in the past. Countries hold debt, meaning that there's a lot of people, a lot of other countries that hold debt of Aussie or Swiss or whatever other country it is. When price gets too low, they inject money into the system, they inject liquidity, they inject buy orders so it does not devalue too much because they want that money back. This is the monthly time frame. We're not looking at the 15-minute time frame. These are clear injections, government, institutional, maybe even some high-end and some big retail traders. All right, so let's take it down to the weekly for a closer look. All right, on to the weekly. Remember, this is our monthly lower zone. Price is now trading below. We identified our weekly mid-range zone. This is that bottom that we saw and we just spoke about. As we can see, buy sensitivity is hitting the market. Here's that push breaking below. Here's that monthly exhaustion. Double confirmation, that's two waves of sell pressure hit the market and continuational push to the downside. But we're seeing price fail to make a new low, meaning that, as mentioned, a lot of buy sensitivity in the market. So let's take it down, or a closer look, at price action. All right, we're still on the weekly here. I'm just taking a closer look at this continuational push to the downside. We identified lower highs, so we know that there's sell pressure at every point of contact. But what can we see? As mentioned many times before, we're seeing buy pressure at our weekly zone. This is telling me that we're gonna see a squeeze. And what's gonna happen? Well, price will go through the squeeze and likely break to the upside because, well, I don't see price going much lower than it currently is. So in summary, what is the opportunity here that Aussie Swiss franc is giving us on the weekly time frame? So let's make sense of this. Buy pressure 1, buy pressure 2. Here we see a sell stop. Sellers made it look like they're making a move to the downside, but we know they're not. We know that price is too low. So we stay patient. We wait for buyers to enter the market. Price is now getting pushed above this weekly lower zone, weekly mid-range zone to the upside, which would continue this squeeze. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, when we take it down to the lower time frames, we can find a proper entry and capitalize on this next move to its higher time frame downtrend. All right, taking it to the daily, what's the first thing we do when we take it down time frames? We look for horizontal area of sensitivity. So here we can see our upper and lower daily zones by identifying horizontal buy and sell sensitivity. This is areas where there's going to be an injection of orders. So what are we looking at here? Well, here is that second wave of buy sensitivity at our weekly zone, and here's that sell stop that we identified on the higher time frame. So this is great. By doing proper analysis and identifying proper zones, here we have our daily upper, here we have our daily lower zone, which means that if price is able to break this daily lower zone to the upside, which is its next area of sell sensitivity, we know that it's going to make a move to its daily upper zone, which will also likely come in contact with its higher time frame downtrend. Okay, so this is how our entry is going to look like. We need to stay patient. That's the key to this entry. Price is in consolidation in between its lower daily zone and its weekly mid-range zone. Let price continue to play if it wants to, but once price breaks this daily lower zone to the upside, we know that's a push because it broke an area of sensitivity. What's after a push to the upside? That's right, an exhaustion to the downside, where then we see price action confirmation and entries to the upside. What would make this long invalid? Very simple. If price fails to break this daily lower zone to the upside, we know that there's too much sell pressure. Buyers do not have enough energy to break to the upside, meaning it won't have enough energy to make it to its daily upper zone. So if price fails to break this daily lower to the upside, this trade becomes invalid.